Okay, guys, and we are back with our beautiful horror games today. Do remind that Kick is having problems. So if you see like the live streaming lagging, or if you get out for the login or whatever, that is because of Kick. It's getting like a dot attack, and yeah, it's gonna be a problem, I think. But we're gonna continue. We have finished Little Nightmares 3 and we are waiting for the DLC to be activated. I buy it, but apparently it's not activated, so we need to wait for that. And we're gonna play the narrative horror game that is called Tiny Bunny. We already started the game multiple times. It is a beautiful game, so sit on your sofa, take some good water with you. It is time for horror. Let's go. Let's go, Tiny Bunny. I love this game. Oh. No, this is by Sweet Carol. I I pressed the wrong game, sorry. No, I want to play Tiny Bunny, thank you. Otherwise, I'm gonna change all the category and gonna hate myself to do that. It's YouTube chat that wasn't working. Indeed, it wasn't, but I fixed it like in 2 minutes, so no worry. No worries. Here we go. Let's wait for OBS to capture the game. There we go. Load. We're gonna continue, guys. This is a relaxing game. We're gonna spend 1 hour reading, okay? Be ready for it, because this is a scary game. He's the one who hated Barbarine. You think he did it? I've heard he's a weirdo. They're talking about this guy. He was a bully in our school. He hated us. Barbarine is us. And I think no, Barbarine is him, and us are Antonishka, Anthony. And he got missed. He was captured by the Dark Forest, apparently. So they're talking about me as if I was the reason why the guy disappeared. I've heard he's a weirdo. They're talking about us. I hurriedly rubbed my glasses. The glasses! Simon was clutching them in fits while I was getting beaten up. And in just a couple of hours, this lost item was lying on the ledge of my window. Yesterday we got a visit from a dark creature, very, very creepy, who gave us back our glasses. Our glasses was stolen by the little bully, and apparently that creature in the dark just gave us back our glasses. So maybe the animals that are chasing us in the dark are not really bad. It was hard to imagine that Tsioma suddenly got a guilty conscience and returned my glasses in such a strange way. I was shocked but kept walking toward the classroom, accompanied by nasty whispers all around me. That photo still stood before my eyes. Simon has gone missing. Simon is gone. Oh my god, don't show me Simon. His fat finger will never get to my throat. His signet ring was smashed into my chin. He'll never humiliate me again. Wasn't that what I wished for? On the other hand, did I really wish Simon to become a murky stain on the notice board? He was still someone's son, or a grandson, and he went through the same struggle as me. Did I really wish for my unseen companion to dispatch him in such a brutal fashion? I didn't know the answer, or I was just scared of it. Nonetheless, the school still had something nice about it. That's Polina. Polina, the girl with a violin, was like a mountain spring, like well water that you gulp down, pressing your lips against the zinc outer ring of a bucket, and can't ever get enough. What if I make her one of the characters in the story I'll draw? The protagonist will save her from the terrifying monsters. As soon as I thought of monster, a bunch of my classmates slid down the rails, smirking like the xenomorph from the Alien. How do you know Alien if you are a little child? Immediately I felt a larvae of fear rise in my stomach. I didn't want to cross paths with Romka and Biasha after what happened yesterday, especially since Simon suddenly went missing. Yesterday they with Simon beat me up. a lot, and they stole my glasses. That now I have again. I entered the classroom and went towards the last row. All of the chatter suddenly dying down, so I walked in there in complete silence. It felt like my classmate pushed and poked me with their stares. They carefully observed my every move. They looked at me with a mortified mix of pity, ridicule and derision, like a scientist look at an ugly representative of a newfound species of worm. I stared at the desk with a huge pile of library textbooks on top, my fist clenched. It felt like I was the one who disappeared in that snowy forest, and my desk was finally used for something worthwhile. Simon's empty chair stood in front of me. The chair that once belonged to Wuwa was gathering dust somewhere in another classroom. If you don't remember, Wuwa, as I call it, is a missing child. Okay, the first one. Sit down. After a moment of hesitation, I sat down at Baburin's desk, in the place where I supposed to be, assigned by Lilia Pavlovna at first. That is our teacher. The chatter resumed as if someone just imposed a movie. Baburin grandma made such a fuss when he didn't return home. First, she ran to the school, then called the cops. Yeah. Oh my god, I hate her so much. Katya snuck a cunning glance at me, then leaned into their neighbor with a whispering something. I still think that Katya is actually the fox that we saw. Girls from the second row also leaned in. She shared something with them too, whispered, nods. I kept catching that stare on myself. Her neighbor stared too. The whole class was watching me. It was like they felt any need to watch me because they were searching for traces of blood in my fingers. I wanted to defend myself and shout, "Guys, listen, I am innocent." The delinquent turned around and stared at me in silence. Their looks were dripping with malice. But why? What did I do to them? Their friends were missing and they're still focused on me. Suddenly, I noticed Biasha drilling a hole in my nose with his eye. I felt like he was about to point his finger at me and shout at the top of his lungs, "Everyone, look! Baburin snatched his glasses yesterday, and now he has them back! Murderer!" But he remained silent, as if there was nothing special at all about my glasses. I may be going mad, but I think that Biasha knows something. He knows something, but he won't tell me what. As if looking for protection, I clutched the rule until my hand hurt. If you don't have to be Columbo to solve this, who held a grudge against Baburin? The metal ruler fell out of my weak fingers. I hit the floor with a jingle, and that made the other kids shudder. "Hi, Little. It's the wonderful foolish. Yes, I am. Welcome back, Little. Are you having like problems on Kick like the other ones? Because today Kick got and still getting a kind of a dot attack by internet. So yeah, it's gonna be a problem on Kick. If you have any problem, guys, you can follow me on Twitch or on YouTube. I'm online now. Katya bit her thumb and squirmed nervously. Chairs scraped against the floor. My classmate moved away from me, closer to the exit toward the teacher's desk. I was not the only one to catch wind of the change. Romkan and Yasha looked around and winced in contempt. Too bad that they weren't afraid of me like everybody else. Shut it! I betcha Baburin just got a whipping from his old hag and ran off. Okay, so they, at least they, the bullies, don't think that I was actually able to do something to Baburin. They'll find him soon.
найдется. Ага.
They'll find him, right?
Во овраге.
In a
Со
ravine,
вспоротым
with his
брюхом.
stomach cut open. I gulped. Oh my god, you're imagining that. I imagine Sioma in a snowy blanket, his face white like a fish belly, split down on the middle by the crevice of his mouth, snowflakes falling on his glassy eyes and filling up his throat. Oh my god. See? I couldn't almost hear his condescending tone. It's all your fault. But why was Simon the only one get? He's just deserved for bullying me. Weren't all of them supposed to disappear? Romka, Biasha, Katya, along with every laughing onlooker. Of course, Simon did me a favor by disappearing. Thanks to him, my classmates now stare at me. Oh. But that was only one side of the coin. What if I have to repay the favor, son? The door creaked. Polina entered the classroom. I straightened it up in a hurry so she wouldn't see me looking like a scary critter. Polina went to her seat without looking at me. Uh-oh, is Polina mad with us? She's thinking mad. I mean, she's just a little kid, so she can think whatever. The ringer's trill announced the start of the class.
Так, заканчиваем.
Alright, stop messing around. Class, stand up.
Petrov, тебя
You
это
too,
тоже
Petrov.
касается?
Lydia Pavlovna went to her desk, followed by a policeman in a uniform. It was the man that visited us just recently. Tall, and his stares so sharp you could get cut on it. What about the strange music in the background, though? Hello there, kids. Hi!
Садитесь.
You can sit now. You can sit down, kids.
Познакомьтесь. Это
This is
старший
Senior
лейтенант
Lieutenant Konstantin
Владимирович Тихонов.
Vladimirovich Tikhonov. This is a lot. He's just had him going on both Kik and YouTube long. Was so much foolish. I know. I'm also receiving like the messages really late. So yes, guys, Kik have some problem. I do suggest you eventually to follow me just for now, just for today, either on Twitch or on YouTube, because Kik is having problems. So if you don't want to have like problems, because I'm not receiving the messages at the time that you're sending me them. So for today, maybe Kik is not the better solution. Perhaps you want to follow me on Twitch or whatever and comment me there, okay? Whenever you will receive this answer from the live.
Он задаст вам
He's going to
несколько
ask you a couple of questions and give you a small PSA. The class livening up, talking to a policeman was way better than studying. I, on the other hand, was ready to sit through hundreds of hours of Russian literature just to escape the lieutenant's oppressive stare. His brown eyes felt around the classroom. Oh my god, he's really watching me. Look at him. Looking for me. Hair stood on the back of my neck. An icicle had logged in my gut.
А правда, что Бабурина маньяк
Is it true that
убил?
Baburin got killed by a serial killer?
Екатерина.
Shush,
ну-ка,
Ekaterina.
Вопросы
Let the
здесь
adults
взрослые
ask the
задают.
question here.
Просто нам всем
We're all
страшно.
scared.
Может, убийца
Maybe the
просто
killer is
где-то
somewhere
рядом.
close. Maybe there is even
Или
sitting
сидит
about
у нас за
among us.
спиной.
Her sly stare was directed at me. Tikhonov stepped in between the row of desks and started walking at an extrusively slow pace, brushing his fingers against the chairs he passed by. That's actually creepy. What are you doing? Some of the students almost broke their neck following his movement. That's how a crowd of commoners would gleefully anticipate a public execution in the Middle Ages. And he just walking, getting closer and closer to me. I gritted my teeth to stop myself from screaming. Calm down. Breathe. You didn't kill or kidnap anyone. Oh my god. He already knew the answer to his question, but the policeman still asked in stern voice.
Petrov Anton?
Anton Petrov?
Да.
Yes?
Встань, Петров.
Stand up, Petrov. Hello, Harry. I always see Harry Potter when I watch him. Totally. My muscle turned to stone. I got up, unglued myself from the chair. I felt like I could hear all my joints creak in the process. I only wished that Paulina wouldn't turn around and see the grimace of horror on my face. If only I could be somewhere far away in the forest, digging myself into a snow pile, rolling up into a ball there. The officer stared at me as if was about to look a pair of handcuffs on my wrist. I wonder how cool these bracelets are to the touch. I imagined myself getting jailed and put into a juvenile detention center where fans of Seymour would constantly harass me.
Я ничего не знаю.
I don't know
Я тут ни
anything.
при чем.
I have nothing to do with this.
А тебя никто и не
Nobody
обвиняет.
accusing you or anything.
Пока что.
For now. Oh, what is this? Only there I noticed a file that say case number in his hand. It has a grey cover made from Wrath cartoon. I flopped on the desk. I flopped on the desk like a guillotine blade that slide down on someone's neck. With a measured motion, Tikhonov opened the file, still studying me with his gaze. I caught a glimpse of documents and photos. They showed prints of the snow. They looked like animal prints.
Ты с Семеном Бабуриным
Have you
общался?
talked to Simon Baburin before?
Я знал его всего
I only
одну
knew
неделю.
him from a week.
Все знают.
Everyone
Петров
know that
его
Petrov hated him.
ненавидел.
I turned red. You ugly bitch. I wanted to sink my teeth into Katya's face and chew out her cheek. Instead, the little boy here have some schizo resentment. Instead, I replied with the calmest voice I could muster.
Мы повздорили не
We
так
had a
давно.
fight some time ago.
Он меня
He
ударил.
hit me. How come you don't have like any scratches on your face though? A voice came from the side.
Хана тебе.
You're fucked.
Так, Пятифанов,
Hey,
а ну, рот закрой.
Patronova, shut your mouth. I staggered, barely able to keep my balance. Surprisingly, Lilia Pavlovna came to my rescue.
Бабурин проблемный подросток. Сшибок
Baburin
эти.
is a troubled teen, a true pain in the rear. The officer replied with a meaningful nod and fished out a notebook out of the file. Very slow. Algebra?
Это твое?
Is this your? Oh, it's algebra. Okay. It's a math. Okay. I averted my gaze. It was math notebook with my name on it. Yes, if you have my name, why don't you? Okay, my classmate devoured me greedily with their eyes. It felt like even the writers on the portrait squinted at me in suspicion.
Моё.
Yes,
В лесу
we
нашли.
found it in the forest.
Там же тракторист,
In the
что снег
area where
убирал
the
в последний
tractor
раз,
driver
видел Бабурина.
who was plowing snow there was last saw Baburin. I started blinking in the bewilderment. Oh my god, I got it in one try. Bewilderment. Romcom ransacked my school bag. This notebook probably just got lost somewhere in the bushes. The lieutenant knew about the school brawl, but he was aware of the fight in the forest clearing. I had a witness that could testify to Simon, and I walked in a different direction after that. I looked toward the boys, hopeful. Romcap, who sat behind Tikhonov, put a finger to his lip. And when the officer quickly turned around, he pretended to pick on his nose. I deciphered his signal. Boys like Romcom would probably say something like, snitches get stitches in a situation like this. I frantically fixed my glasses. Wait, Simon took them away yesterday, but now they're...
Так что ты делал
So,
вчера в
what
лесу,
were you
Антон?
doing in the forest yesterday, Anton?
Я в школу через
I got to
лес
school
хожу.
through the forest.
Могла выпасть легко.
It could have easily fallen out of my bag. Easily, just like me approaching the South Truth.
Будь
Be
осторожен.
careful out there. Before I could realize whether it was a genuine piece of advice or a veiled threat, the teacher said,
Класс.
Class,
А сейчас
the
лейтенант
officer will
расскажет
now
о
tell
правилах,
you about
которые
some
вам
rules
необходимо
you should
соблюдать.
follow. So the killer does exist.
Пока мы ничего
We
вам
can't
сказать
make
не можем.
any of this public for now.
Но есть преступник
Whether
или
the
нет, вы
criminal
должны
really
четко
exists
помнить
or
о
not,
собственной
you should be
безопасности.
mindful of your safety.
Вас бережет
The police,
милиция.
your
Вас
parents,
опекают
and your
родители и
teachers
учителя.
all watch over
Но
you,
в первую
but no
очередь
one guard you
защищать
better
себя
than
должны вы
yourself,
сами.
than you yourself.
Итак,
Alright,
кто там
any
что хотел
questions?
узнать?
A stockade of harm rose from the desks.
А у вас оружие с собой?
The kids shouted over each other, swarming the policeman with questions. In an attempt to calm down the showers, he moved towards the blackboard. The grey files was left lying in front of me. I started at it, my breathing so rugged that it might have looked like someone who just ran 100-meter sprints. Bears of sweat rolled down my back.
Ясно.
I looked around in the classroom. My classmates were catching officers every word. Only Romka was saying something to Biasha. Lilia Pavlova was staring to the window, fighting back yells.
Объявлять комендантский час,
I'm gonna
причин
open
пока
it.
нет.
As soon as I touched the folder, Tikhonov lashed at me with his eyes. My hand instinctively moved away, as if that stare actually hurts. The officer just kept staring at me without saying a word, making me squirm under the weight of his uncomfortable silence and sneeringly look at my classmate. And then he suddenly continued his speech, as if nothing had happened. Do I want to do it again?
Слишком мало времени прошло с момента исчезновения вашего одноклассника.
I could listen, I could skip it.
Мы
I
все
could open
уверены,
it
что он
again.
найдется живым и здоровым.
Do we want to actually
Но
open it
сразу
again?
после уроков
I don't know.
вы должны идти
I mean,
домой
maybe
и
it's something
отчитываться
bad.
перед
I don't know.
родителями.
The officer finished his lecture and stared, searching around with his eyes. Finally, he noticed the folder he left on my desk, put it silently under his arm, and went toward the blackboard without looking back. Maybe he was testing if we were actually check if they found something about us. Like if we admit we are the culprit or something like that. It may be some criminal aptitude or something like that.
И еще раз.
Let me say this again.
Если вы заметите
If
в
you see
поселке
anyone
кого-то
suspicious in the
подозрительного,
village,
неважно, возле
be
школы
it
или
near
на
the
лесной
school or
тропинке,
on the forest
сразу
trail,
сообщайте в
contact
милицию.
the police immediately.
Телефон-то знаете?
You know our number, right? 02.
Спасибо, ребята.
You just called 02 on Russia? Wow. Thanks for listening, boys and girls.
Спасибо, Лилия
Thank you,
Павловна.
Lilia Pavlovna.
И это.
And
Одноклассника
we'll find your
вашего мы
classmate.
найдем.
Yeah, right. A thought flashed through my mind. Dig through enough ditches and maybe you'll be able to piece him together like Legos. My thought turned evil for some reason and I couldn't control them. I tried to switch to the lieutenant's speech, suspicious individuals. What if I saw the killer before? What if I was a hair breadth away from them? Suspicious people, huh? How suspicious was the fox girl that wandered in the darkness? A weirdo that always appeared out of nowhere and then dissolved into thin air with her riddles and rhymes. Could she really arm the hulking seaman? Or he's thinking that the fox lady was the one who actually killed Simo. If he got killed, we still don't know. Should I tell the officer about her? Wait. What if I get mocked for speaking out? What if they'll start whispering behind my back? Or what's even worse, think that I'm insane? Romka gave me a stern look over the shoulder. I doubt someone like him would approve of cooperating with the police. Katya's bread dangled nervously behind the delinquent sitting in front of me. My hand was glued to the
До
desk.
свидания, лейтенант.
Tikhonov was saying goodbye to Lilia Pavlovna. Can't you say just the teacher? He was about to leave. It'll be too late soon. I'm gonna tell him. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be a good boy. I angled my palm from the tabletop. I need to warn him, at the very least of Olia's sake, to assure her safety in the house near the squeaky pines. I raised my hand heavily and as a dumbbell.
Простите.
Excuse me. Oh my god, everybody turned. Oh, okay, even Paulina. Almost 2,000 heard turning my way. My teacher, the officer, Paulina. Katya showed and held out into her friend's side. Sleepy Biasha stretched out his neck. Romka frowned inquiringly. I'm listening. I felt like I was being studied under a microscope.
Вчера утром по
Yesterday,
дороге в школу
when I
я
was
видел
walking to the school in the morning,
незнакомого
I
человека.
saw an unfamiliar person. My classmate started whispering. Fickenold frowned, a deep wrinkle adorning the space between his eyebrows.
Да откуда ему знать, чужак
There
это
is
или
no
кто-то из
way
местных?
I'd be able to tell if it was an outsider or a local.
Он же в поселке
He
без
just
году
moved
недели.
to our village. The other kids smirked. Katya flashed an evil smile. Is that Katya? I think
Спокойствие.
that is Katya, actually, but calm down.
Антон, а
Can you
сможешь
describe
детальнее
them in more detail, Anton? Then it dawned on me. I can't do more than describing them. What can I do? What I can do?
Я нарисовать
I
могу.
can draw them.
Я рисую.
I know how to
немного.
draw, kind of. After spitting out this confession, I expected everybody to laugh, but that didn't happen. Even Katya stayed silent. Paulina tilted her head and studied me with an intrigued look at her face. Maybe actually every children in this town saw that figure, like the fox lady. So maybe they're not accusing me because they saw it. I was pleased by this wave of attention. It made me feel bolder, so I asked,
Нарисовать?
do you want me to? Tikhonov slowly nodded.
Лиль Павловна, мы тут
Lilia
проведем
Pavlovna
следственный
will conduct a
эксперимент.
bit of an experiment here, right?
Пожалуйста,
Of course, of
пожалуйста.
course. I took out a pen, flattened out a sheet of paper. Oh my god, I'm gonna draw the fox, of course. My classmate stared at me in anticipation. Paulina smiled, and it was the best reward I could get from my boldness.
Ну что, Ван Гог?
Well,
Рисуй.
go on, Van Gogh, draw. Oh my god, I actually... Oh. But I need to change them. Okay, so it was a fox. Yeah, I have to draw the fox, right? I have to draw the fox. Well, this is it, right? Oh, no. Yeah. Hand over. This is the fox. I'm sorry, but this is the
Вот,
truth.
пожалуйста.
Here. I handed my drawing to the officer.
Это что,
What's this?
лиса?
A fox?
Смешно,
Very
юморист.
funny.
Прикажешь ее по
Shall we
лесу с
send a pack
собаками
of
ловить?
hunting dogs on his trail? It felt like the windows started shaking from everybody laughter. Even Lila Pavlovna couldn't help it.
Все не так.
That's not it. Hey, Petrov, maybe you also met with Cheburashka? I don't know what Cheburashka is. Hilarious, simply hilarious. Well, I mean, that's what I saw. I was burning at the stake of shame.
Все ясно.
Case
Что тут
closed,
еще
I
сказать?
guess. Tikhonov crumpled my drawing in his fist. Well, at least we informed him that I saw a fox mask or something like that. Maybe if he actually sees somebody with a fox mask, he can reconnect the points, you know?
Ну,
Well,
занимайтесь.
I'll be going. He left. He left. The bell rang. Nut job.
Придурочный.
I didn't move, just kept staring into space. Lilia Pavlovna passed by without looking my way. Paulina left after her. My classmate went silent at the same time, as if someone muted the sound on a TV. They followed me with their eyes the whole time I was passing between the rows. Judgmental looks. I felt like I was in the scopes of many sniper rifles. I squeezed through the barricade made of desks, looking for Polina, but I stumbled into my new buddies instead. Romka swaggered up to me,
Решил сдать
decided
нас
to rat
ментам?
us out of the cops.
Но я ничего
I
не
didn't
сказал.
say anything,
Да то
but
подумал.
sure as fuck though about it, huh? Romka towered over me, breathing out a faint smell of tobacco.
Ты сильно
You're very wrong
ошибаешься,
if you
думая,
think
что без
that
Сёмы у
without
тебя настанут
Sioma you'll
веселые
have a better
деньки.
time here.
Можешь не
You can stop
притворяться
you weird
дурачком,
hack
пытаясь удивить
trying to
Полину
impress
своей
Polina
мазнёй
with
или
your
корчите себя
dawdlers
психа.
or by acting like loony.
Мы тебя
We'll make this
сосвету
place
живем,
hell for you,
понял?
got it? Oh, you're gonna get you. I bet
До
that this
скорого,
guy is gonna disappear
очкарик.
too. See you, Four Eyes. My head tilted forward from his slap. What the loser. Ha! Kick me. I wasn't surprised to find a note stuck on my back during the break. It said, kick me. My nightmare clearly wasn't about to end. Well, at least it's a little bit better. I think. Even if we don't wish for the kid to be dead, at least. You know, there is some bright side of it. It's been 7 days since the lieutenant visited our class. At first glance, everything was still the same. The forest still held out, gnarly close toward the village, and the wind whipped up white flags weaved from the powdery snow every night. When my parents argued in the other room, I wouldn't turn up the TV's volume to silence their muffled voice and sit close to Olia. Wawa and Seymour photos were still 2 black spots on the notice board, but something did change. I could see how different the look of my classmates were. They met me with a new portion of pokes and insult, contempt, mockery, and loneliness became my faithful companion. Loneliness, it's loneliness. But most importantly, a shadow slid across my desk, leaving behind a mysterious note. I glanced into the space between rows, but the messenger was already nowhere to be found. Who sent me this note? What could this careful ripped out and neatly folded piece of paper be hiding from me? More threat and humiliation, or... I took the piece of paper and carefully inhaled the wafting aroma. Blackberry. I'll be waiting at... Inside was a message in a beautiful handwriting. I'm waiting at dead end near the dressing room. Come alone. Oh no, this is gonna be a trick, right? Either it is Polina, or either it's a big trick. Drunk on all the sudden cold, I immediately started walking, looking over my shoulder from time to time, making sure nobody is following me. Even though I suspect it could be another trap set up by Romka and Yasha at first, this buzzing thought soon left my mind. The two of them did have enough combined brain power to fake Polina notes so carefully. Indeed, it was a very gentle handwriting, so it may be a girl, but it could still be Katia though. I didn't even notice how I almost broke into a run and jumped around the corner. As soon as I did that, I rammed into somebody inside the dark knock. Oh, it's Polina. Oh, it is Polina. Like a magic bird, a green notebook glided to my feet. Polina puffed her cheeks in exaggerated anger. Oh, Pietro, have you lost your sight completely? I fixed my glasses. My nearsightedness wasn't that embarrassing anymore. So I bumped into Polina. I bent down and picked up the notebook.
Прости, я так торопился.
Sorry, I
Ты меня
was in a
ждала?
rush.
Что случилось?
Were you waiting for me? Did something happen? Polina studied me with her eyes and clicked her tongue.
А знаешь,
Знаешь, на что ты
Do you know what
похож,
you look
Антошка?
like, Antoshka?
На блюзовую
Like a
импровизацию.
blues improv. I blinked in bewilderment.
Это как?
What do you mean?
Для меня все люди с чем-то ассоциируются.
Actually, now that I hear the voice of Paulina, I think that maybe Paulina could be the fox. Because the voice is pretty similar. I do remind the fox voice. It was like this, so maybe Paulina is the fox. I always associate people I know with something.
И для меня.
I
Но
do
не
that
с
too,
музыкой
but
же.
why music?
Вот как раз с
I can
музыкой.
be anything other than music. It can be other than music.
Бывают люди
Some people are like
гитарные
guitar
соло.
solos,
Или
some are
барабанные
drums.
ноты.
People
Или
like
военный
our
марш,
Lilia
как наша
Pavlovna
Лилия
are
Павловна.
war marshes.
А ты такой
And you're so thoughtful,
задумчивый,
so mysterious,
таинственный.
sometimes even
Иногда
a bit
немного
sad.
печальный. Ты точно
You're
блюз.
definitely blues. Cool. I'm a blues guy. I'm a blues guy. Guys, redeem some sunglasses for me from Twitch. I deserve it. I'm a blues guy. I'm a blues boy.
А почему
And what about the
импровизация?
improved part?
А это когда слушатель не
Is it when
догадывается,
the
куда
listener
мелодия,
has no
какой
idea
темп
where the
возьмет?
melody will go, what tempo it will adopt? Of course, some of the things Paulina said were completely over my head. But I couldn't stop looking at her smile, light like a breeze in May, and her eyes deep and blue. Deep and blue? So the eyes are deep blue.
Чтобы
Or the eyes
распознать
are
тебе
deep
музыку, нужен опыт
and
и
blue.
вкус.
One needs to have experience and taste to recognize the music in you.
Это не какая-то
You're not
там
some pop
эстрада.
music.
Я, наверное,
I don't
вообще
think
не
I even
знаю,
know
что
what
такое
blues is.
этот блюз.
He's just a little kid indeed. Paulina gasped and frowned, which made her look even more beautiful.
Не произноси
Don't
при
say
мне
something
такие
like
слова.
that to my face.
тебе обязательно
I'll make
дам
sure to
кассету.
give you a cassette.
Раньше мне
Grandpa
дедушка из
used to
города
bring me
столько
so
музыки
much music
привозил.
from the city.
Jazz,
Jazz, swing, and
classical.
classical too.
Это он подметил,
He was
что
the
у меня
one
склад
to
ума
notice
как у
my
музыканта.
musical mindset.
Я еще совсем
When I
маленькой
was still very
пыталась на
little,
бумаге
I
записать
tried
звуки
recording the
природы.
sound of nature on
Шумя
paper,
дождя,
the song of the
леса.
rain and the forest.
Эх,
I
мне
wish
бы
I had
твои
ears
уши.
like yours.
А мне бы твои глаза.
And I'd love to have your eyes. Lol. Lol. Is she flirting with us? I tensed up, worried that she was making fun of me, but Paulina shook her head. Oh, hello there.
Да-да, я серьезно.
No, I'm serious.
тебя
You
глаза
have the eyes of an
художника.
artist. Well, I can
Смотришь
draw.
на вещи и фиксируешь.
You're so good at
Я так
picturing
не умею.
things. I can do that. Well, I mean, you're an artist. Oh no, it's Katya. Oh no. Please, Katya, leave us alone. Let us have some good moments. What the fuck, Elsa? Go away. Be alone. Let it go. Katya walked past us with her trademark frosty glare. Of course, it's frosty. We dove into the shadows, trying to escape it.
Теперь понимаешь,
Do you
почему мы тут
understand why we're
прячемся?
hiding here, right?
Вот из-за
Because of
таких,
people
как
like
она.
her.
А Катька
And what kind of
какая
melody is
мелодия.
Katya? Paulina flashed me a sly smile.
Скрип
The
смазанных
squeaking sound
деревянных
of
петель.
an oiled door hinges. What a melody, I should say. You're really terrible, Katya. Everybody hates you.
Знаешь, такой
You know,
мерзкий
this
дискант.
nasty discount. I gilded covered my mouth. Katya didn't hear our whisper, but she suddenly glanced over her shoulder, clearly annoyed. A moment later, she sighed and went her way. Okay. Go away. I remembered about the notebook I was still clutching in my hand. I turned it in my hands. Friends only, Paulina Morozova. Morozova? Morozova.
Любопытный воротник
Curiosity
кое-что
killed the cat, you
оторвали.
know?
Прости, это
I'm sorry.
анкета?
Is this a questionnaire?
Заполнял когда-нибудь?
Have you ever filled one?
М,
I lied that I had. In reality, girl classmate from my previous school had never asked me to fill their questionnaires. It was quite upsetting. Would anybody ever have filled the questionnaire, like handle it for from a girl in their experience, like in the classroom experience. I never. I mean, it was a girl hobby. You just answer a set of standard questions about your favorite actor and colors, but entrusting someone with such a notebook was the sign of a friendship. Oh, I see. You call that friendship. I think it is more like girls to want to know about your tastes because they are interesting, like sentimentally in you, if you ask me. But I mean, they're just kids. Who knows what they're thinking? And maybe of something even more, something I only had a vague idea about.
Хочешь?
You can feel in mine if you want. My heart beat quickened.
Хочу.
I do.
Спасибо.
Thank you. Paulina giggled.
А хотя...
Actually, there are so
там
many
же столько
secrets there.
секретов. Наверное, лучше
You'd
тебе
better
не
be
знать, о
off
чем мы,
not
девочки,
knowing what
думаем.
we girls think. What the fuck, man? She reached for the notebook playing with me. I tossed my finding into my free hand. Paulina tried to intercept my move. Oh, she's so beautiful, look at that. Are you the fox, Paulina? I don't know. Feels like it. Her hair briefly touched my face, tickling my nose with its silky locks. I sensed an aroma that immediately filled the whole world, fragrant, alluring, lively. Well, she's using a good shampoo, I suppose. If only I could picture it, steal it from myself. I felt dizzy, but I gathered myself and spoke in a voice reminiscent of Lieutenant Tikhonov.
Ваша анкета является
Your questionnaire
важнейшей
is an
уликой.
important
Я
piece
вынужден
of
временно
evidence,
изъять
so
ее для
I'm afraid
изучения.
I have to confiscate it for further examination. Paulina covered her mouth around in fake horror.
И что мне
And what are
грозит за
the
сокрытие
implication
улик?
of concealing evidence?
Следствие
We'll
покажет.
decide that in the course of our investigation.
Сдаюсь,
I surrender,
товарищ
Mr. Policeman.
милиционер. Только
Just
обещайте
promise you
ничего
won't
не
read
читать.
anything.
Здесь
It is full of
содержатся
sensitive
секретные
information. They're just playing at this point, joyfully, and I love it.
Боюсь, что
I'm
мне
afraid I
всё-таки
have to
придётся
investigate
выяснить,
whatever
не
someone
влюблён ли
in
кто в
love with
гражданина
Mr.
Петрова.
Petrov. Oh, Anton, you're a tricky boy. You know your way to a girl's heart, okay? Paulina burst out laughing and pressed herself against my chest, showering me with her aroma of her hair and her milky skin. Okay, because it's white. That looked almost transparent with tiny thread of veins running under it. Oh my god, she must be sick. Her whisper was hot, like a piece of butter sizzling on a pan.
Тогда поклянитесь,
Then
что не
swear that you will
станете
keep this
разглашать
information private.
информацию.
Oh my god, she's totally flirting with us. What the fuck, Paulina? You're a cheeky lady. Hello, I'm just a wizard. I mean, a little kid.
Честная милицейская.
I swear on my police badge.
А теперь, Антоша,
And now we
самое
need to
время
hurry, Antosha.
поторопиться.
Antosha. What is Antosha now? Wasn't Antoshka? I don't know. Antosha. I took out the notebook during class. Questionnaire. Oh, it's so good, you know. Sparkly. Skimmed through it, reading into other people's preference. I was quite surprised to discover a Romka jerky handwriting inside. Okay. Roma 6B, blah 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 blah. So this is Romka. His leather bulged out of the cell, as if embarrassed by their shapelessness. Fearsome Romka found time something so silly. So, but I don't know the question. I just know the answer. Don't trust, don't fret, don't ask. This is some kind of a number. This is, I think, what he likes. Biasha is your favorite friend. I think this is the name, the class. This is the surname, the birth, I think. No, this is the birth. The month of birth. Hanging out is what he's like. Buying a BMW is his dream. Schwarzenegger is his favorite. Okay. I can understand that. I chuckled into my first after I found out that Romska's favorite cartoon is not even Darkwing Duck, but DuckTales. Somewhere in the distance, a teacher was reciting a piece of Andrew Snapper? Andrew Snapper. I paid them no mind. Paulina's page was decorated with flower drawing and clips for the Cool Girl magazine. We had an Italian magazine too. That was like the Cool Girl magazine. It was just for girls, of course. So the name is Paulina. Franz Schubert is his favorite music, I think, or composer. My birthday, listening, see the word. Robert Schumann. Losing the people I love is what she's feared. The date of birth, I think. And the town musician of Brune and Grandpa. Okay. Her favorite musician is Schubert. Her best friend is her grandpa. Her hobby is not violin, like I expected, but much more mysterious listening. Listening to people? Or music, perhaps? Can such a mundane process really be someone's hobby? I look at Paulina over the heads of the other students. She was focused on taking notes. I flipped the page until I found a blank one and harmed myself with a pen. Questions. What is your name? Anton Petrov, class 6B. I took a long time to decide on my favorite musician until a trend pop band, Carmen, came to mind with the cool dancer in the music videos. Favorite holiday? This is one easy. It's New Year. Oh, it's not Christmas, really. It's New Year. Okay. My hobby is drawing. Do you actually know, guys, that people who likes New Year is that because they feel like they really had a bad day and then they celebrate the New Year's because they hope that everything is gonna change? My hobby is drawing. My dream in going to Disneyland, I guess. Yeah, indeed. My hero? My hand moved on its own by writing da, like daddy. I stopped on those two letters. What if those who read this after me would find my answer laughable and stupid? After thinking for a bit, I decided that not everything should be disclosed on the paper. So you was going to write daddy, but eventually you stopped. Okay. That's how da turned up to Spider-Man. Okay. The spelling was wrong, but who cares? Oh my god. Your biggest fear, huh? I immediately wrote losing a person who's dear to me. Oh, your phone number. Oh, that is the phone number. Okay. No secret here. Your favorite cartoon? Transformers. Your best friend? I hesitated now on the pen's cap. Your best friend? I read the question out loud. It was easy, but at the same time very important. The answer to that was my sister's name, so I carefully wrote into the squares. Olia. Okay. Olia, I repeated myself. My sister's name while sneaking out of the school. There was a cute freshly drawn dragon in my textbook, and I made to please my beloved sister. In this land of darkness and deceit, her support was the only thing that inspired me to keep drawing and stopped me from losing hope in humanity. Oh, that is actually so sweet. Refreshing frosting air made my cheeks turn a beet red. It was bright outside, and the sun looked like a whole egg yolk. The road looked as if it was silvered, the snow sparkled under the sunlight. I smiled, squinting from the blinding witness. Who cares if I don't have any true friends anymore? Your sister can be your true friends. I have something more important. Someone who needs my help. Who will never betray or hurt me. You're talking about Paulina. I mean, when you're a child, you don't have so much experience that you can actually distinguish good from evil. So perhaps you're pretty much positive. I do remember that in my childhood too. But me as an adult, always think that maybe Paulina could actually be part of the bullies. It may be. It may happen. Or maybe not. Family is the most important thing ever. That's what Dad always told me. Oh my God, it's Biasha. Hey, what's up with the stupid grin? My numb lips immediately shrank. Biasha was shuffling his feet in the middle of the yard, his boots restless on the ice.
Я не тяну.
It's not a grin. I tried to go around him, to no avail. Lady Fortune waved me goodbye, disappearing from the early twilight. In a hurry, huh?
Немного.
A little
Меня
bit,
папа ждет.
that is waiting for me. I'll shoot in a pager message that you're not coming, huh? My eyes flinched unwittingly, my skin dampened. Let's go, huh? We have a small business to discuss. I felt chills run all over my body. I didn't like the sound of that small business. Those words, accompanied by a spitting, normally hid very dark deeds underneath them. Stranger that I used to call our old apartment used to say, "Get your whole man, we have a small business to discuss." Biasha turned around. He looked like an astronaut in his tight hood. If I were to imagine him as a sound, he'd be a deafening whistle, a signal given by someone who stands watch. To my demise, there was nobody at the backyard, okay? Uh-oh. Apart from the grim-faced Gromka, he stood there, his feet wide apart, with his right hand hidden behind his back. Oh, he's gonna have a knife. There he is. Huh,
Вижу.
I can see that.
Ну, здорово.
Well, hello there, Antosha.
Антош.
Okay, so it's Antosha, not Antoshka. It sounds
Что
better,
тебе
though.
нужно?
Gnopt. Gnopt. What do you want? I knew it. He slowly took out a thin, carnivorously shiny blade from behind his back. A knife, the steel butterfly of death that flies toward the victim's heartbeat. I stepped back instinctively and rammed my back into Biasha. Romka Minions pushes me back. Oh,
А
I'm
мы с
getting
Бешей
tired,
хотели
guys.
узнать.
Yeah, we have done almost 1 hour, that's why. We're gonna conclude pretty soon. We wanted to know,
Ты не держишь
do you
на
have
нас?
any hard feelings for me or Biasha? Oh, they think that I am actually the killer and then I punished the guy, so they're trying to be sure that I'm not doing anything strange, perhaps. Yeah. Also, give me a second, guys. I need to reset my Kick chat because I see that you are commenting on the screen, but I see nothing on my chat. Like my chat did stuck. So give me a second. I'm gonna fix that eventually. Today, Kick makes so many problems. My God. I'm sorry for that. If I'm not answering you guys, it's because I don't see anything on my chat. So give me a second. Let me see if I can actually get your message back. Chat. Where's the chat? This is the chat, okay. Chat. Let me see if I can actually fix it. Yeah, the audio is definitely in German. I'm actually glad I knew that code mean. I think it's Russian. I think it is all in Russian, not in German. I think. Because of the name and everything. Do you have any hard feelings for me, Biasha? Romka started picking on his yellow nail, looking at me with an evil smirk on his face.
Ну, там,
Well,
в лесу.
there in the forest,
Мы
we
были
kinda
немного глупы с
rugged
тобой.
you up.
Сам понимаешь.
It's just
такое
our
у нас
poor
воспитание.
upbringing, you know?
Да, да,
Yeah,
вас городских
not as
далеко.
cultured as you, city folk.
Вот порой нас и заносит.
So we get feisty sometime. I nodded my eyes and glued to the knife. The blade glowed under the setting sun, and Romka's eyes had the same evil glow. Oh my god. He stepped towards me. His knife traveled inches away from my coat. One movement and steel would cut into the cloth, and if he pushes deeper...
Нам одна птичка
A little
напела.
bird told
Ты
us
опять
that you
возле
were
Полины
snooping around
оделась?
Paulina's again. Yeah, the fuck you want, man. She's my girl. I was so scared that it took me a while to remember who Paulina was. My brain was malfunctioning, my knees were shaking. Suddenly, oh my fucking god, Katya. Katya, you're gonna be the next to disappear. 100%. You're gonna be punished for this shit. Suddenly, our class repulsed slowly walked up Romka from behind. You probably is right ahead for a normal man can like to immediately tell the difference because of a similar there's someone trying to listen for words and know in German. Yeah, that they must be in Russian because the game was made by Russian developers. And if you see the names like Romkan and this stuff, it is actually Russian. Also, I do recognize as an Italian the accent. That is actually Russian, not German. Why? Crony says hosted with 9 viewers? What? The raid of cronies came up in my chat just right now. What the hell? Incredible. Kick is fuck up today. That's so funny. Suddenly, our class rep slowly walked into Romka from behind. I see you boys are getting along quite well. Wow. Wow, Kick. Yes, today Kick has some problem, but don't worry. I think they're gonna fix everything in 1 day or something. They got like dotted.
За
Poor
мной
guys.
должок, Катька.
I own you one, Katya.
Ой,
Oh, no need
не
to thank me,
благодари,
Romka.
Ромочка.
I always
Я всегда
fighting
на
for true
страже
love.
настоящей любви.
So you like this guy? Really?
Да, да,
Yes, yes, yes. I'll kill you, I swear.
Так, я не слышу.
I can
Ты к
hear you,
Полине
whether you
подходил
need
или
Paulina
нет?
or not. Were you near Paulina or not?
Мы так...
Well, we didn't hang
болтали.
out or anything.
Болтать будешь
The only thing
кишками,
hanging
когда я
out
тебе брюхо
here would be
вскрою.
your guts when I cut open your stomach. The blade slid across my sleeve with its dull side and reached my collar. The wind made my face cold, but a bit of sweat still trickled from my temple. I switched flipping in my head. It all made sense now. I remember Romka constantly sneaking glance at Paulina, so Romka likes Paulina. Okay. I remember the scrawly handwriting in the questionnaire. Why didn't I study it more in depth? Well, I did remember something about him.
Еще раз
I see you're
замечу
near
рядом с
Paulina
Полинкой,
even once, and
пеняй
you
на
won't
себя.
get away with a
Шишкой
simple
не
bomb.
отделаешься.
Get the fuck out of my way. Paulina is my girl.
Усек?
I'm gonna kick you in the balls. Got it? No, I'm gonna say no.
Да.
No! Say no! Say no, you fucking little kid!
Пшел вон!
No, scram! I was probably so hypnotized by the knife that Romkan had to repeat his threat. You just gotta call the police.
Вон!
Scram! I mean, a kid like him is gonna bring his knife every single day in his pocket, right? So if we just contact the police and we say he does have a knife and they search for it and they found it, this guy is gonna be recluse in prison for a long, long time. Especially in Russia, you know? They're really severe with this kind of thing. I thought about the cold, sharp blade when retreating from the yard. I was asking myself whether I had enough courage to break the promise I made to this bastard. I will break that. If they give me the possibility to break this special promise, I will break it. I don't give a fuck. I will be fucking proud. The aftertaste of a horrible water drank down my knees with lingering in my mouth. My thoughts were focused on Paulina, but Romkan's threat was also on my mind.
Да, ага, да.
I wandered around the house feeling intoxicated and nodded to everything my sister said without trying to discern her words.
Да.
Olia was talking non-stop, at times lifting up her arms and laughing, only to then suddenly to go quiet and give me mom's signature gnarly look.
А,
Because I'm not listening. Okay, this is the perfect time to save, because we have read 1 hour and 03 minutes, and I'm, as you can see, getting really tired of reading. I cannot do usually more than 1 hour, so we're gonna save, and eventually we're gonna continue next time. Okay, guys, as usual, I'm sorry for all the problems with Kick. Most of my community come from Kick, and there was no communication today, but I mean, it will be passed out. If you lose sight of what we are playing and everything, always remember we do have YouTube, and you have all the playlist with all the videos in there, so you can get it back if you want, okay? As usual, guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for keeping company. We see each other next time with a beautiful, horrorful live. Have a good one, as usual. Goodbye.